when that seems to be happening.
Is it now? Is it now? Is it now? Is it now? Are we there yet? Are we there
It's
yet?
now,
Are we
I
there?
think.
Are we there
I'm
yet?
pretty sure. I'm like 98% positive that we are actually live on the internet currently.
We're there
The
yet?
chat
We're there
will
yet? We're there
start
yet?
yelling at us any moment, I'm sure. People are saying hello. All right.
Hello, everyone.
It's about
and guess what? My sound was on.
Perfect.
There we
Good
go.
job, Vito.
All right, guys. Welcome to episode 19 of Cast Strength Live. I always echo because I'm that much of a booming presence on the internet. Rising YouTube sensation. So it's me and Brad today.
And Vito is echoing for some reason, even though I don't hear an echo, which is very interesting.
Echo. This is great. Awesome.
Perfect.
Well,
Good start.
Seems to be all powerful. Yeah. Should I whisper? Is that better? Is that better if I whisper?
Maybe.
It might just go away. Maybe. Hopefully.
Maybe. Hopefully. I guess we'll find out.
All right. So I guess Brad, take it here so I can just fiddle with my settings.
Yeah. So as people may have noticed, we have been teasing a very special guest, someone who I've known for a while, but I've actually only met in person like 2 or 3 times at this point over the years, which seems weird considering that I've known her for probably a decade, ? Online. And that would be a very, very good Austin friend of mine, Bonnie Brushwood. Bonnie Brushwood joining us.
Hi. How are you guys?
We're good. We're organized and professional, as you can see. This is an absolutely professional, well-orchestrated, well-oiled machine of a show. With
let me say, much better than Brian's 19. So I'm impressed.
There you go. You heard it here. We're well on track. It's fine.
Bonnie has an echo too, apparently.
What's that?
Apparently Bonnie has an echo.
I have an echo.
So I don't know. Maybe it's on my system somehow then, because it's broadcasting from me. But I'm not sure how it could possibly be causing an echo.
Am I still echoing? Because I changed my audio input.
Let's try. I'll just try something really quick here. Maybe this will change it. Or maybe it won't.
Bonnie, you talk because your voice is nicer than mine.
Yes. Hi. I am here, and we are testing the echo system.
Yeah, I don't know why it's causing an echo for people. That's very strange.
Maybe it's
might turn down. So yeah. You want me to call Brian? Maybe.
Oh, maybe I can. Do you guys still hear me okay?
Yeah.
I hear you okay, and yeah.
Okay, let's see if that helped. So I'm just playing with audio settings here.
All right, I'm getting my Cabana boy, Brian Brushwood.
People are saying it's all good now?
All good?
It is? Okay.
Well, how simple was the fix, Brad?
Okay, so simple that I'm gonna blame my computer and not myself. I literally stopped my audio and then started it again with the same settings. So that's computers.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, off to a great start. So Bonnie, Bonnie, I have a bone to pick with you, actually, Bonnie.
Oh.
Because along with Brian, you were there the first time that I had tasted whiskey neat in probably 15 years. Like not quite 2 years ago. And since then, I've been obsessed, and I blame you.
Oh. It seems to have struck a chord then. He thought, now that's nice.
Yes.
See, he blames you, and I want to thank you. If it wasn't for you, this gentleman would we would not know of him. So.
Now, where was this, and which whiskey neat did you have? Do you remember?
Well, it was a few. When I was down visiting Brian and Jason doing Modern Rogue things, you guys all took me to meet Daniel at the tower.
Oh no!
And do a
Oh,
tasting,
okay.
right?
Yeah, it sounded like it was longer ago, like you're making it longer ago.
No,
but
it was like less than two. It was like a year and a half ago or whatever. It was. I mean, it was October or something. I thought you said, so like less than 2 years.
Yeah, I thought you said something like 15 years ago. I was like, wait, my timeline isn't matching up here.
That was the first time that I'd had whiskey neat, like after about 15 years of not drinking whiskey.
Oh, now I get it. Oh, okay, that's where the.
And I'd only ever had like, Ryan Coke and like mixed whatever.
Ooh,
so it wasn't. Yeah. It was a very different experience, let's say, especially with Daniel Whittington, in the crazy whiskey vault pouring things.
Man, that is an amazing experience. And but you had one of my favorites of all time. It was like the Hibiki.
Hibiki 17, yeah.
Oh, Hibiki 17, you say?
Yes.
Don't better than to mention that expression in front of me, Brad.
Why? Just because you were recently in Japan where they for some reason wouldn't give you any even though they had it?
Bonnie hasn't heard the story. So yes, I was just in Japan and I was going to a bunch of different bars, and the one of the bars had a Hibiki 17 on the shelf, and I've been dying to try it. So I asked the bartender, and I said, Hibiki 17, because I don't know how to ask for things properly in Japanese. So I was just like pointing at things and saying Hibiki or Ardbeg. So I said Hibiki 17, and she goes, no Hibiki, and I said, no, Hibiki 17 right there, and she goes, no, well, we run out, and the full bottle's right there.
Oh, now do you think maybe it was just water though, or like they just had color in it?
No, I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that like all the Hibiki 17s, all the age statements are kind of going away at the moment. So they're just trying to like keep what they have, like in like on the shelf. So like for I guess like really expensive like people that go in and order stuff, they still have some of the nice stuff, but
but Mark Goins in the chat is saying not for Canadians. Sorry, you're too foreign. We can't give that to you.
So Bonnie, I learned a phrase in Japan for a white foreigner.
Okay.
It's called they don't call you this like to your face, but baka gaijin, and baka gaijin means dumb white foreigner.
Yes. Now, I wonder if she was just trying to help you out. Like, maybe it was really expensive, and she was like, no, you don't want that. It's really expensive. And you're like, oh, yeah? You gonna try me? I've been looking for that,
I would have paid for the glass, because at that point in the night, I had quite a bit to drink. So, like, I don't know. She either thought better than to serve me it, maybe because of the way that how much I had drank, or she was legitimately just like, you don't deserve this whiskey.
It's too fancy for you.
That is the kind that you start off the evening with, like, when you're all there.
Yeah, sure.
You don't want to miss that.
Because it was behind something, and when she pulled it down, I saw it, and I was like, there it is.
Yeah, it's lovely. If you get a chance, go for it.
He's had it since. He's had it at my house.
Oh, he has? Oh, good.
Oh, I have it.
Yes, you have. Not the first time you were here, but the next time you did.
Oh, not since I came back from Japan. No. Yeah, I had it at your place, but I'll be honest. Why don't I remember it? I think it was because I was having. Did I have it with April?
Maybe.
I think April was there. I think that's when I had it.
He forgets. We drink too much when he comes over, and he forgets what he's tried.
Yeah, there hasn't been a time that I've visited Brad where I've left anywhere near sober.
Oh, now I got to tell you, this is worth doing, is keeping a little notebook. I'm an artist, so I really like the idea of just having these beautiful little notebooks, and You can keep notes in there and put little thoughts, and of course they can get more and more scribbly towards the end of your evening.
I actually like that idea a lot.
Yeah, and just keep your little taste notes, because then you get to share more thoughts later when you're talking about your experience. So
that is a very good idea. Lots of people keep little notes, and there's little charts you can get with tasting wheels with all the different tasting profile things and stuff to make it super easy. I'm just really lazy and I haven't bothered with that, but I really should.
Right.
So, Brad, I know you have some whiskey in front of you. Bonnie, do you have anything that you're going to be sipping on tonight?
I do. I brought my favorite, which is Jefferson's Ocean.
Oh, that's tasty.
Oh my goodness, Bonnie! I think we just became best friends because that is what I'm drinking right now.
You are kidding!
I'm drinking a sample of the Voyage 16 right now.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing!
We did not plan this at all. This is actually really cool.
Had we planned this, I would have pulled out my sample from wherever it is. Damn it!
Oh my gosh, this is Voyage 15. So
sweet.
We are close.
Nice.
I love it.
So what's everyone in the chat drinking? Let the people chime in there and continue. Sorry, Bonnie, continue your thought there.
Sure. Oh no, I'm looking over here, so I have to look away from the camera to see. Hey, there's a Jeremy Sims in there. My maiden name is Sims, so I'm a Sims.
Jeremy Sims is one of our moderators, and Christina Zappoli is one of our other moderators as well. Hello, Christina.
Yes, Steve, I do hate you. You're the worst.
Oh.
Not really.
What do we have? We have Andrew drinking Wild Turkey 101. That's a fabulous bourbon. I love that one. Eagle Rare, Talisa Sato, DJ Beacon, OP12. OP12. Why don't I know that abbreviation?
I like this guy's style. Donald Rance?
Yeah, Donald Rance.
Earl Grey tea, because he's on call tonight.
That works.
Good man.
That works. Responsibility is important. Oh, Old Pulteney 12. Okay, that's
okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, Steve A is drinking Dark Cove, which is why I currently hate him.
Oh, I hate you too, Steve A.
See? It's Brad's.
Now, he didn't specify that if it was the committee release or not, but usually if it is the committee release, they'll say committee release. So, I hate you, but I don't really hate you.
Only sort of.
Only sort of. Who else? We got Ed from the Rock Gut Reviews in the house. What's Ed drinking? Did he say what he's drinking?
I haven't seen it. Not sure.
He didn't because he's probably not.
Could be. He might be a responsible adult too.
Probably not. He's ginger. There's no gingers allowed tonight.
Yeah, get out of here. No, it's fine.
I'm not a true ginger. I've been dyeing my hair kind of reddish and gold and stuff.
You're safe.
It's just because Josh couldn't make it this week. He's the ginger.
Okay, I was gonna ask. This is interesting because you have to name your stream before you go live, so that's different than.
Yeah, so I usually just come up with something stupid, and sometimes I change it, and sometimes I don't. Something happens. But it usually doesn't make any sense at the beginning of the stream because nothing has happened yet. So it's just some silly thing.
Brad's got the best, such good words that he writes a description for all of my videos on the channel.
Oh, wow.
The best words.
Yeah. The best words, the greatest words.
Sometimes.
Also, thank you, Chris from Bourbon Stains in the chat, and he said, beard's looking great, Vito. Thank you very much. I'm trying. By October, I hope to have it like down to here. I'm hoping that I can grow.
Are we sure he wasn't talking to me? I got nice scraggly nonsense going on.
I was wondering, is there a title for this? It looks intentional, but I'm not sure.
It's called Extreme Laziness.
Lazy. All right.
It's not quite the hobo look, but it's getting there.
Oh no, we have quite a wide variety of hobo here in Austin. We've got a hobo crisis going on, so the city is working on it. I was really amazed and then he's rolling a joint right there on the corner. And in Texas, it's still illegal. So I was like, can you be a little more discreet?
Oh, yikes.
Probably doesn't care. He's probably done it a bunch of times, and the cops just let it happen.
Probably.
Well, yeah, they do. I mean, it's Austin. It's the one liberal spot in all of Texas where it's just the blue and a sea of red.
Now, is it decriminalized in Austin, or is it just is it still strictly illegal?
It's essentially, but they are still if you're dealing or something, then they're
right.
They take action on that.
Yeah, so it's similar to Ontario in a way, because when they were moving away from beginning of decriminalization of marijuana, cops, if you were smoking, cops didn't say a word to you. But if the dealing and whatnot, the illegal shops were taken down and whatnot. But if you were smoking, they didn't really do anything. It wasn't worth their time.
Yeah, that's pretty much where they're at, I think.
Yeah. We didn't really talk about what we're going to talk about tonight, so we'll just hang out. Bonnie, so we've never actually met. We've never really talked. And I'm sure I'm not the only one here talking about the chat as well that want to know a bit more about you. If you can give a little bit of a self-summary, if you will.
Sure. Well, I have, I guess, a varied past. Let's see. I started off.
Start from where you were. Start from your birth.
From my birth. Okay. I was born in South Texas. So South Texas, and it was funny. You were talking about how the Japanese talk about white people, or about Canadians, maybe, I don't know. But South Texas, when the elderly go across the border, they get called Q-tips because they have white hair and white shoes. They're just all white, they're just dressed in white. And so I thought that was such a funny thing. But I grew up in along the Texas, down at the very bottom of Texas, and then Brian and I met in college, and we went to different colleges, but we both had an interest in magic. So at one point, I liked the performing arts. I liked the arts. And that space was kind of overlapped in a way. But I would get stage fright when I had to talk. So eventually I just gave it up, because if I started talking, knees would quake to the point that it was just embarrassing. So I never really got over that part. But I was a lovely assistant for a while. So that was easy. I could bring props on and take them off and get cut in half. And it was a lot of fun. And that's how Brian and I got to know each other, was on C.J. Johnson's illusion show. And we did that for many years. And then Brian and I got married. And then Brian went full-time magic at some point, and I supported him for about a year and a half, and then he was starting to and then he said, I think we're ready for you to quit, and I was able to help him a little bit on the road, and we toured a little bit together, but I wasn't on stage outside of just kind of background, taking things on and off, but somebody who was very wise a long time ago, they said, either the marriage suffers or the show suffers. So, pick one. Don't try to have a show with your wife, because it's really very stressful on the marriage. And,
Sure.
So, he just kind of started taking off with his career, and I got to spend more time making art. And then we had a couple of babies, and art took a little bit of a backseat for a while. But now I'm full in again, now that my youngest is 6, and I've been settled in the ceramic space, and I make just large ceramic sculptures. And about 3 years in, I'm really proud of my work. You can find me at sunshineclay.com, and one of these days I'll put this year's work up. But I have last year's art. But this year's art is really good. So I need to get it all photographed and stuck up there. But Brian's very talented. Let's see. Brant Hughes does the photographs. And he does some really fabulous job. And this is a friend of mine's work. Let me see if I can get it up on camera. There you go.
Oh, nice.
So, but she's an architect and she does these lovely tumblers. So that's what I like to drink my whiskey out of. But they're nicely balanced and stuff. So that's my favorite.
Christina in the chat is saying that you need to voice your opinion on the Brushwood spikes, which I know he hasn't had for a couple of years at this point. But what did you think when he went full Guile from Street Fighter?
Oh, I loved it. Of course, I encouraged it all. So the Guile spikes are great. When we first got married, or up until about a month before we got married, he had bright green hair, and he had worn it that way for a while. But
Sweet.
It's hard to get booked. Like at the time, it was just so weird, and people were still just so weirded out by color. So it felt very punk rock, and he would offset it by dressing very nice, like very preppy and just have bright green hair. But people weren't buying it. They're like, "Oh, you're too weird." So he dyed it and then went to the spikes, which was like a compromise. But I liked it. I don't know. He had a little height to it, and I could always find him in a crowd.
It's true.
So that
it helps. I mean,
that was
without
awesome.
them, he's just a little guy.
Well, yeah, and if he puts a hat on, he's just in the sea of dudes, So
Sure.
I really preferred being able to pick him out of the crowd.
Me
But at this point,
I wonder. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering. I was like, I wonder if, okay, is Brushwood taller than Daniel Whittington?
A little bit, I think.
They're about the same.
I have a picture.
I think if you put them back to back, it'd be like right about the same height.
So then I'm still shorter than Brian.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I'm a tiny human being.
He is.
Yeah.
The camera adds 10 inches.
Sure, that's gotta be it.
It seems like there's a lot of jokes there, but we'll just let it drop.
Yeah,
it's okay.
I do the alley oop with things. It's like I'm just gonna leave this out here in the void, and someone's gonna grab it and do something with it. So
right, y'all take that mantle in the chat. So.
Oh, the chat knows. The chat goes at it. They're already starting.
Yeah, they're already bringing up the whiskey pixie.
WikiLeaks. So here's the thing. Like, I was thinking about height the other day. This is where my mind goes. But it used to be that, like, being really tall was important for survival because, like, you'd win championships and everything, right?
Sure, yeah.
Like in battle or in all those things, you definitely have the advantage with being tall. But now, little dudes are healthier and live longer and have better survival rates. So, I don't know. Maybe the tide will turn.
Maybe. Hopefully, everyone will be Vito-sized.
There you go. I just hit my forehead on everything, so I got the opposite problem.
Yeah. Yeah, if you were in Japan, you'd need to like be on your knees for everything. Like in some of the subway stations, I would like see how far ahead my head is from the top of the frame. That's how much space I had between my head and the roof.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, there were a couple of stations where it was like, damn man, like I feel like a giant. Yeah.
I'd just be smacking into it.
Yeah, and there were a couple of places where they actually had like styrofoam sort of like buffers on things.
That's going to be really awkward because as everybody like generations grow, those are going to need to be rearranged because generations keep getting bigger and bigger.
I need to just stop talking because everything I'm saying. Like Christina just said, in Japan you needed to be on your knees for everything, Vito.
Nice.
Right.
I'm just gonna let you guys hang out and talk for a bit while I just sit here and drink whiskey.
Sheesh. Well, bringing it back to whiskey a little bit then. So Bonnie, I know you're at least fairly involved with all the whiskey stuff happening over at the Wizard Academy. You pop in there a lot and.
Oh yeah.
Like,
on Friday nights.
Like, did that come before or after, like, you'd been drinking and enjoying whiskey? Like, which direction did that come from? Did you come to
Oh,
whiskey because of the tower and Daniel and all that, or did you like find them afterwards?
we had been invited to attend one of the classes that the Wizard Academy offers. So, being entrepreneurs and um, they Wizard Academy offers classes for anywhere if you have 1 to 100 employees. Like if you're relatively small business, you probably missed a few things in that other people have panels of people making decisions, but when it's making decisions, it's kind of nice to have a like advertising advice. They've had financial classes and just a variety of classes that have helped our business grow. So we've been really excited about that. So we took one class, and then but before that, Brian had been invited out to this whiskey tasting. So, and we hadn't really been excited about whiskey one way or the other. Brian's more into beer. I like wine, and he just thought, oh, this will be cool. And he's like, wow, this was an experience. Because if you've ever had the opportunity to take the tour of Ireland with Daniel Whittington, then it's just a beautifully written show, basically. But it always feels fresh. Like I've heard him go through the different ones, and he puts out different whiskeys depending on the area. So like he'll talk about the Isla. I always say it wrong. Islas.
Yes.
Yeah, and then and about the characteristics that go in there, and so at some point we got invited. He's like, "Oh, they're going to have a class," and then we went to the class, and then afterwards I got to see and do the tasting, the whiskey tasting, and I enjoyed it just a whole lot. I guess prior to that, I had enjoyed cognacs at some point, so that was my thing. Like I'd order cognac, so like, but that's a lot sweeter, kind of. So that's just a real different drink. But I did enjoy the whiskeys, and surprisingly, I liked the ones that were rather aggressive with the smokiness, and like the Ardbeg. And I always say all the names wrong, so don't hate me.
That's okay.
But like I could point to the bottle, I know what it looks like, but now that I'm trying to talk about it, I feel really dumb. But yeah, like the Ardbeg. All right. And anyways, it's just super aggressive, and something about it I just like, because I don't know, the non-subtlety of it is kind of unique. So
yeah, I'm in the same boat. Gotta have the peat.
Yeah, but then on the other side, the one we tasted with you, the Hibiki.
You got
Hibiki 17, yeah.
Yeah, that was lovely and subtle. So, it was just, I would say, completely the other direction, where it's such a more clean kind of, not like cleaner, but clean or crisp kind of taste. So, I like that one.
Me too. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, so since then, we've gotten to taste a lot of really good whiskeys. One of my favorite things was going up to... Brian and I went up and did a show in Canada. We went to, let me see, you fly up by Peggy's Cove. So it was in Peggy's Cove.
So Nova Scotia.
Yes, Nova Scotia. Yeah, there you go. And they had a distillery that we went on a tour of, and one of their ships... Well, they aged theirs on a ship too, but they just have them docked in the like, they have them on the dock right there in front of their distillery. Right. But a storm came in, and and the ship was lost to the bottom, but they were able to recover the casks.
Oh, nice!
And so it was awesome. And so they had one called Shipwrecked, and that was a really nice one. I like that one a lot too. There's something about it, about the romanticism of it, being on a vessel, and I like that.
Sure. Yeah. Some of the stories are just crazy with the releases. The stories, either the real things that happened or the things that get made up along the way. It's all about the storytelling, right?
Right. Well, and I think that's what I enjoy about just alcohol in general is when it helps create community and eases communication. Unfortunately, we do have a recovering alcoholic in the family, in which case it ceases to help with communication and go completely the other way.
Right.
So, once you find that in your life, then maybe you need to check in and reevaluate. So, but there's some I've had to really look at it. This has been a rather recent development in our life. So, looking at about the about what we drink, and certainly whiskey is a committed drink. So
Sure.
how do I feel about this now that this is in my family, and what do I think about that? So.
And
Anyways,
you've got a bunch of kids.
cheers.
You've got a bunch of kids roaming around too. One of which is coming very dangerously close to being of the age like, what kind of whiskeys we got around?
I know it's really scary too because they have food allergies. So if you're, it can be dangerous in that kind of setting. So I cannot see what you just held up.
I know I can't. My camera's not autofocusing tonight for whatever reason, but I'm pouring Bemore 18 because Jason Unsworth in the chat mentioned it.
Nice.
And I've never had it as far as I can remember, which isn't saying very much, but he mentioned it, and I remembered it sparked in my head that I got a sample of it, so I am pouring that.
Nice. I'm currently working on some Akatoshin 3 wood, just if anyone is curious.
Yeah, that's really nice, the 18. I have to sit with that for a while. Okay, so I just want to. Okay, Bonnie. So this is the first time meeting me. Just know that I am the king of conversation.
Going great.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm amazing at it. I'm the best in the world. I can go from conversation to conversation like nobody else.
All right. So are we moving right along?
Yeah, because it pops in, ideas pop in my head, and I was like, I need to get this out before I forget because I'm very forgetful. So on our channel, we've been doing a blending challenge. I've been participating in a blending challenge with a bunch of other Canadian YouTube channels. And if you guys that are watching, and I am very humble. I'm a very humble person. Thank you, Daniel, for that. If you guys haven't already checked out everyone else's channels, Whiskey in the Six, Sipper Social Club, Malta de Montreal, Trenny and C, and Whiskey Whistle. All of those channels have blending videos and blind tasting videos of all of our individual blends. Pretty much all the videos have been released up to today, so all 6 channels have blending and tasting videos up. Tomorrow night on Sipper Social Club's channel, we're doing a big Canadian hangout where we're gonna just kind of talk and hang out and reveal the winner of the blind tasting challenge. So if you guys haven't already, go check out their channel and their videos. Make sure you watch my videos as well because we're on cast strength. But check it out, and I hope to see everyone on Sipper Social Club's channel tomorrow night to make fun of my terrible tasting and where I rank and everything. So,
are you? Is this like a competition? It sounds like, or
it's a little bit of a competition, more for like bragging rights.
A friendly competition.
So when you do, you're saying when you do tasting.
So what we've done, what the idea of it was, we individually, one person from each channel, so 6 channels total, were told to make a blend. between, you have to use at least 3 whiskeys and up to a maximum of 10 whiskeys. So you have to create a blend using any number of between 3 and 10 whiskeys, and then make enough to send to 5 other YouTube channels. And so for me, when I got all the samples, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had my lovely mother pour them blind for me, so that I didn't know whose was in each glass, and then I ranked them on favorite to least favorite.
Right.
Right, and trying to also kind of determine what's in it, like the tasting of it. Maybe he used a lot more Lagavulin or a lot more Glenfiddich or that sort of thing. And then all the channels did it, and all the rankings are out. So tomorrow, no one outside of the channels knows the scoring system. So tomorrow. Tomorrow night we'll reveal who won overall in terms of who accumulated more points because of where they placed in everyone's rankings.
Oh, how do you feel yours is going to weigh in? Like, you feeling proud, or you're just like?
Well, I've watched all the other blind tastings, and so I can see where I place in everyone's tasting, like in everyone's rankings, but. Having tasted all of them, they're all really good, but I can see where mine falls short with who beat me in the rankings. So I thought for me I think it came out really good. Like for me it was like a smoked salt fudge cookie.
Ooh,
that sounds tasty.
Yeah. It tasted tasty for me, but I knew what I put in it, and I know what I was going for, right? So, because of the subjectivity of the whole whiskey experience, I knew that it was going to get lost a little bit. I didn't make it stand out very very much. It was just like, it was nice and subtle and smooth and kind of friendly. And next time I know kind of the direction that I want to go to kind of make it stand out and punch people a little bit more. So
slap them in the face.
Everyone likes to be taken behind the garden shed and beaten sometimes.
I mean, not everyone, but the people who like that really like it.
They really like it. Well, so Bonnie, do you like Isla whiskeys?
I do. Yeah.
So did you start drinking Isla whiskeys right away, or did you kind of have to build up to it?
No, they were right away. I liked them.
Right away. So you like that punishment?
Yeah, I do. I know that's just terrible, but there's something just
unresistible.
I guess makes sense that I came into art, but I have like a little bit of sensory stuff, and like my one of my daughters does too. And so when we went to go get her tested, with she's way too ticklish. Like that's a thing apparently. Like they should outgrow being that ticklish at some point. But I'm like, oh wait, so all the check marks that she had on, we've got to work on these things. I'm like, yeah, that's me too. Okay. And so I'm kind of not surprised that I would like it, because it just stands. I mean, it really is. It's so bold, and it's just an affront to your senses. So I think I like the novelty of that.
Agreed. Yeah, like my first whiskey was Lefroy Quarter Cask. That was the whiskey that my brain said, you like this stuff now, go drink more of it.
Right.
And
right. I'm surprised. I actually know quite a bit of what everybody's talking about. So I guess I've been hanging out at the vault long enough that I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
You just absorb it.
Yeah.
Osmosis. I know Brian is a level 1 psalm, right? So I mean, you gotta absorb at least some of that.
Right. Well, it's more of being up there, because we don't actually, because we don't keep a lot of hardwood liquor in the house, so we don't really want that to be a temptation. So our only time to indulge is when we hang out with our friends on Friday nights. So we have the one night that we get to enjoy just a variety of whiskeys, and and now it's been pretty nice being down at the let's see, it's the Crowded Barrel now, because Crowded Barrel. But they have their whiskeys, which do change, with different seasons, I guess, that they have different releases. But I do kind of miss having like just access to trying a whole bunch of different stuff. So
Sure.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm sure Brian has the code to the vault since he's a som, so
Well, he does.
You just gotta sneak up there with him sometimes.
We probably could.
I mean, Daniel would just let you in too. That's not as fun.
And we would definitely like. It was just gentlemen's. I guess like just when we would go up and we'd bring our own contribution.
Sure.
So I've certainly contributed quite a few. But this one, one of the reasons I got this tonight is the Jefferson's Ocean was one of our favorite nights because we brought it, and then everybody was just like, "Oh yeah, we're opening this and we're drinking this," and everybody just had like too much, and it was a silly night up at the vault, and we were all singing like ship songs and pirate songs and stuff. I mean, Daniel was just in full, like, he just led everybody in this like 15-minute sea shanty thing that you chime in on, and I'm pretty sure there was a wedding down at that free wedding chapel down the way, and they were hearing these echoes of some rowdy people. It was a brilliant night, so it's one of my favorite memories.
Very cool. Yeah, it's fun getting Daniel into musical mode.
Yes.
He gets right into it.
Yeah.
So, Bonnie, have you and Brian discussed potentially coming to the second anniversary party? I know we touched upon it really briefly, but I don't recall if you said that if you're going to try and make it out to there.
Yeah, in fact, I think Brian has that on the calendar already. Daniel's pretty good about trying to schedule things out far in advance. So
Nice.
the only thing that will trump it is if Brian gets a TV deal. So, like, if like he winds up having like a, something that
Commitment, yeah.
Yeah, like that kind of commitment. But
Sure.
other things would, we would just reschedule. So.
Cool.
Well, either way, are you going to be around? Forget Brian. That guy.
I know.
He'll
Yeah, I'll
just
be
do
up
what
there.
he does. I mean, last time he
I
went
was
off
up
to
there-
Florida and we hung out together. It was fine.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't often wear boots and stuff, but like because everybody was coming so far away that I was just like, I'm gonna look really Texas for this, for the opening. So I wore my boots and gave a little tour and everything, and so maybe that'll be me again this next time. I'll be sure and be that Texas girl.
Excellent. Hopefully, it won't be quite as disgustingly hot, which it shouldn't be in October. But
Yes. Oh no, it was really brutal. But October can be like that. It's either or.
yeah. Well, I mean, the opening was in August, so it was prime cook you alive.
Yeah.
Well,
I love that weather.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you do?
I love the weather. And I was there, like I didn't want to be inside at all.
Oh my gosh! Are you just tired of being cold all the way up there?
I'm Southern Italian, so like I love humid weather. It is hot, humid weather. Like my body just likes it. So I had no issues whatsoever when I was there. Because I was there. I was in Austin for the Thursday and Friday.
Okay.
I was there for a 48-hour whiskey consuming fest. Like I've never drank more and been more intoxicated in my life over a long period of time than I was those 2 days.
Yeah, that's kind of like where you just,
I blame the Galladays. That's what that's
It's a good call.
got off the plane, went directly to Terry Black's. From Terry Black's, went directly to their house, and Josh opened up the whiskey doors, and then we went to Crowded Barrel, and I had a bunch there. Now, what did we do afterwards? And that's where my memory goes away.
Oh man,
That'll happen.
Imagine.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened the rest of that night. Yeah. Oh, did we go out for dinner? No, that was the Friday night. I remember that.
Vito
and I don't
reconstructs
remember-
his memories.
Yeah. It was a mess. If people see me in October, just hand me a glass of water, please.
Oh, I'll remember that. Okay.
Yeah, the way you said that made me think that you're just not going to, and you're just gonna hand me more whiskey.
Keep Vito hydrated. It's going to be the goal.
That was me stocking that away, and I think that's just a kind thing to do, just in general, and especially at those at any event. It's just like, just get some water in you, when you're.
Yeah, I'm gonna have like a utility belt with just water bottles everywhere.
Right.
I might actually be my play. That's gonna be my move. I'm gonna have just water everywhere.
It's one of those Camelback backpack things, just full of water.
Oh, I think I have one of those actually somewhere.
Okay, our job is to learn how to make those fashionable and cool between now and then. So we've got to figure out a way to wear a Camelback and not look like a total dork.
That's the trick. That's the tricky part.
So here's the thing. So Bonnie, I'm actually I work in fashion. So I have two modes. I have fashion Vito, and then I have schlump Vito.
Oh.
There's nothing in between. I'm either all in or nothing.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So
that's great. Well, what kind of fashion?
So like a shirt with like an inner layer and an outer layer, and in between it's just a container for water, like for the entire shirt. So it could still be fashionable and not be super, super thick.
Maybe. We'll see.
It would have to be insulated, though. Otherwise, it would just get to body temperature.
If it's like a waist reservoir, like it'll just seem like I have a little bit of a tummy, which is like, that's fine.
Get your dad bod on, sure.
You get my dad bod on. Girls like that, right? I think.
Well, did y'all see Thor? Oh my god!
Oh yeah, man. Those spoilers for people who haven't watched it. If you haven't watched it, what's wrong with you? Go watch it.
Yeah.
Thor was my favorite part of that movie, and I love that movie. But Thor was fantastic.
Yeah, I was just like, oh man, that guy. I heard all the women were like, oh.
He went full Lebowski.
Yeah, without a doubt. He embraced that bathrobe, I think, and all. So
good.
For those wondering, this Bemore 18 is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I got the 12. I happen to have had some 12 beside me, so I got out the 12.
Nice.
To
in terms of Bemore, I think I've only had the 10 and some like random like 15-year expression, like I think with Adam, or me and Brad's mutual friend. But I've never really enjoyed Bemore, but this is fantastic.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty good. All of the Bemores that I've had have been at least decent, and some of them are just great.
They've been decent, but they haven't been bottles where I'm like, I gotta go and buy this bottle.
Sure.
This, I'd go out and buy a bottle of this. It's actually very, very good, and I have enough to actually film a review of. So that's going to happen sometime in the next 6 months.
Well, I know you have plenty of whiskey to review now, so I just dropped off a whole bunch of whiskey at his house last week.
Oh, Bonnie, do you know what he did to me?
No.
Brad, can you have the photos? Can you put them up on screen?
I don't think I could put them up on screen. I can send it to Bonnie.
Okay, then no.
I mean, I can probably create.
Yeah, I will send it to Bonnie, but one sec.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That is a kind man.
No, it's not.
No, he's not a kind man. No. He is not a kind man. Look what he gave me.
Oh, look at that! Canadian Club. I don't know about that.
Wait. Look at this one. Special old rye whiskey.
Okay.
Lightweight and unbreakable.
Wait, these are all just like what size are these bottles?
These 200 milliliters.
200 milliliters.
Yeah.
Okay.
40 Creek Barrel Select. What is it? Basic Crown Royal.
I've had that with Coke.
Alberta Premium, and then Crown Vanilla and Crown Apple.
See, I'm not big on like throwing some, latte flavors in there. If I could order it at Starbucks, then
right.
I'm just like, no, that's okay.
And so in response to Ed from the Rocket Review, no, I'm keeping it because my brain's percolating with revenge ideas.
Oh. So are you supposed to review all of these? And it looks like a painful journey.
I may or may not. I may do something. I may do something with like one or two of the bottles. I feel like I should, but the rest will be for revenge. Maybe not. Who knows, Brad? I'll just leave you thinking. Like, what could he possibly do?
The war goes on. I mean, you started it, so it's your fault.
I did start it. For everyone watching, the epic blend.
It would be a blend. It would be a blend.
It would be a blend. It would not be epic, but you know. But yeah, Bonnie. So it started off with me driving over to Brad's place. We're about 4 hours away from each other. I drove out to his place to help him move his whiskeys from house to house.
Oh.
And then I covertly snuck a full bottle of Canadian Mist, which is an awful whiskey, into his new whiskey room, and he noticed it like 2-3 weeks later.
Oh, I can't believe you went that long.
Yeah, it was quite a while. It was about 2 weeks, I think. But yeah, it was fantastic because the message that he sent was absolutely just stellar.
Oh my gosh!
Like, I trusted you.
I like Jeremy's name is sticking out in the chat for me. So with my last name on there, but epic blend is what he's saying. I think that sounds like a fabulous idea. You just
I'll make a blend and send it to everybody.
There you go.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, at the very least, it would use them up quickly, which is a good.
Yeah,
thing,
it would.
So would a Crown, vanilla Crown? Now there was vanilla and pumpkin spice, and what else? No.
They have a bacon one. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
I think I'm pretty sure they have a bacon one. If it's not Crown Royal, it's someone else. But I know there's a bacon flavored whiskey out there somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No, it's
Canadian bacon or regular bacon?
I think just bacon.
Bacon. Okay.
I mean, yeah. Well, Canadian bacon is like female bacon, right? Yeah.
Sort of.
I think that's right.
It's like female bacon / ham.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
Well, I remember. I guess it was about a year ago. Brian and I went up, and he was doing a show for Oz something. I don't know. It's a security conference.
Okay.
I forgot the last part of it, but they. Anyways, prepping for the show. He's going through his notes and everything, and we're having breakfast at one of the chains that's out there, but I forgot the name. But then they say, "Oh, do you want the 3-meat breakfast?" And we're like, "Yeah." And we're super surprised to see what the 3-meat breakfast was. Like, one of them was bologna, like fried bologna. And that was, I mean, we figured like Canadian bacon and regular bacon, or maybe even
sausage.
Or sausage, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think bacon, sausage, and like maybe like a ham slice, like a slab of ham or something.
Right. But they brought out bologna, fried bologna, and that was just too weird. I don't know.
I've had fried bologna. I don't remember where, but I remember enjoying it at least a little bit because it was a thick piece of bologna.
It can be okay. It's one of those things like when it's done really well, you're like, okay, that was good, but like most places don't, so it gets a bad rap.
Yeah,
I just hate the word bologna.
It sounds weird. I mean,
it shouldn't be spoken like that based on how it's spelled.
No,
and it really upsets me. It upsets me to the core.
And like the idea of frying a piece of bologna, like it sounds weird to me. Like that's a strange thing. But I have had it before and enjoyed it, so it's conflicting.
So Andrew in the chat says that he used to eat fried bologna growing up in Newfoundland.
Yeah. It's a very East Coast thing, I think. Fried, like a lot of people in my family do it too, and we're all from out east.
You guys are weird.
That is accurate.
but I still love you guys. So.
Oh, good.
So maybe that's it. It was regional.
Probably.
All right, quickly, you guys give your opinions, and then I want to take some feedback from the chat. Should I have Killumen, Makir Bay, Seneg, or the duty-free Cull Point next?
Well, you take Seneg and Makir Bay and you mix them 50-50. That's what I do.
That's what you do? Okay, a blend is there. Let's wait for the chat to catch up. Bonnie, what do you think? What do you think I should do?
Well, I've always been curious about the what was the big bottle?
The big bottle is Cull Point. It's a duty free.
Cull Point.
Yeah.
That one's good too. I mean, they're all tasty. It's all good. Killumen is all. I don't think I've had a Killumen that I haven't really enjoyed yet.
Yeah, I think I've tried it before, but that one's lost on me. I don't know. Did y'all have to work on your tasting whiskey face for doing live streams? Like is everybody watching? Is he grimacing? Is he do you have to
I don't, but I do occasionally get screenshots sent to me that make me look really dumb.
Yeah.
Because they catch just the exact right moment to just that you're making a stupid face.
We have a friend that scours our videos and just sends us a screen grab of the worst possible moment.
Just looking stupid about something.
Right. No, I can appreciate that. I think that's fabulous. Well, I think every time I take a sip, I definitely make kind of a funny little thoughtful, but also kind of pinched face because it is there.
Right.
So.
Gotta process it.
Not nothing. It definitely is tasting something. So.
Are you making sure that it's exactly 50-50 over there?
Yeah.
Doing science.
This is so yeah, to answer your question, Bonnie, I don't know how much. I don't think maybe you've watched one or two videos, but my videos are extremely edited down.
Oh.
So I edit a lot of my rough cuts on a review are between 10 and 20 minutes, and then I'll edit it down between 5 and 10. So I eliminate a lot in between. So my tasting faces, I rarely keep them in unless it's pretty funny.
Oh really?
Then I'll keep it in for the most part. Yeah.
I'm curious if that's what people are kind of tuning in for though. Are they I want to experience it from afar because you get those micro what do they call it? Mirror neurons.
Sure, yeah.
Are you tasting it by watching somebody else taste it? I hadn't really thought about that until this moment.
Possibly. I think I don't know, because I agree with you, because there are some videos where I'll watch for the reaction, but I don't know, maybe I will. I don't know, maybe we'll take we'll talk to the people in the chat and see if they would prefer to see my reaction face. I feel like that's a little weird too. It's very suggestive as well.
A little bit. I mean,
I don't like
screenshots, but
edit it out. This blend is actually turned into honeyed figs.
Ooh.
That's very nice. So yeah, what are we at right now? We are coming on in about an hour.
I figure I better have a little bit of monkey shoulder. We haven't mentioned it in a while. I know Vito might lose his sponsorship if we don't talk about monkey shoulder occasionally.
I feel like I should legitimately reach out to Monkey Shoulder and see if
that would be hilarious.
I you know what? I'll do that tomorrow. I have tomorrow off, so I have a bunch of stuff to do. But I'm gonna slot that in somewhere for me to at least send them an email. They'll never read it, but I'm gonna do it.
Make sure to send it from your official Cask Strength email.
Yeah, from my Cask Strength one.
Professional.
Yeah, and I gotta actually reach back out to that other distillery that completely ghosted me.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, Yeah, they ghosted me. They saw this random guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm from a YouTube channel. Can I come into your distillery and film?" And they were just like, silence. I don't blame them, really.
That's fair.
So yeah, I really don't. I drink them out of house and home.
A lot of people don't know what to make of, like, what is the ask there? Like, are they going to have to be on camera? In which case, they're probably not comfortable with that, you know?
Yeah,
So,
it's okay.
I don't know.
We have the channel has a nice surprise coming up within the next month, so keep on the lookout.
So many secrets.
It's hilarious to see. John V says it's hilarious to see Vito's face light up the second that bottle came into view. Oh, the monkey shoulder, yeah. Because I haven't had a bottle of monkey shoulder since I finished my first one. Ooh, how long ago was that now? It got to be coming on like 5 months now that I haven't had a bottle of it.
Right.
It's just too. You know what it is? It's too expensive in Canada.
It is.
It's silly. Like I'd rather I could buy any number of bottles that I enjoy a little bit more for near half the price.
Yeah, whiskey is so expensive up here. It's crazy.
Now, monkey shoulder became sort of a meme, right? On
the tribe,
yes.
Yeah.
On the tribe at some point, and I'm not a big fan actually. It just feels like it has some bananas in there. So
it is a little banana-y. It's like caramel banana bread.
Yeah.
Right, and somehow that feels like, you know, again that Starbucks might have a drink called Monkey Shoulder with a little banana flavor.
A little Bowmore 12 in there might spruce that up a little bit.
Well, you guys are bravely blending.
Yeah,
Look at that.
We are extremely relaxed in our whiskey drinking. We'll just whatever mix and match and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Because, like, you can't be too uptight with stuff like that, I think. I feel like there's a certain breaking point where it's just like am I being too restrictive in what I want to do with my whiskeys? I don't know.
That's pretty good. I like that. I think that's my future plan to get through the rest of that monkey shoulder is to mix it with some Islay.
Give it to me. Why did you give me all of that stuff if you don't like monkey shoulder? Give me the monkey shoulder.
I can't.
Could have saved so much money. I'm sure the bottle of monkey shoulder cost less than all of that garbage.
I mean, yeah, since I already had it open in the cabinet. But that wouldn't have been nearly as fun.
It would not have been nearly as fun. Because okay, so did you see the photos that Brad sent?
I did. Yes.
Yeah. So he sends me. He's like Vito. He's like, you gotta trust me for this. Just can you leave the room for a little bit? So I said, yeah, okay, whatever. I come back and him and our 3 other friends that were here with like we were hanging out were halfway out the door and they're like, bye Vito, and I was like, what the fuck happened? There you go. Oh. Sorry, Jeremy, I swore. I was told to keep my swearing to a minimum tonight. I failed. So they left. I come into my in here and all my whiskey's gone, and replaced with all those little small bottles. And I had to go hunting for all my bottles across like 3 freaking rooms. And
that's the hide and seek that was
the hide and seek.
Yeah.
And my most expensive bottle, guess where it was?
I'm gonna say the couch.
It was in the washroom.
In the washroom. Oh.
Right beside the toilet. How dare they? How dare they?
Alcohol is self-sanitizing. It's fun.
The exterior of it isn't. Yeah, it was.
Don't lick the bottle. What are you?
I'm not sure I can really feel that. You know, every now and then everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you want to taste it?" And just like drinking after somebody else. And I know you have kids. You probably have the flu. And I don't know. It does weird me out. But everybody insists that it's like, hey, once the germs are in there, they're getting killed off, so I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, especially with stuff that's like 60%. Like, yeah, nothing surviving that.
I might have to do a science experiment and look at it under a microscope. Let's look at these germs.
That's a good idea, actually.
Yeah. Wait, I bet you guys have a scientist in the chat. They could do that. Send pictures. Send your video of whether or not 60 proof will kill off germs or not.
I feel we could probably
we could probably make that happen. No.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm sure we know someone.
Definitely stealing that idea for the future.
Well, there you go. I love it.
All right, should we see ourselves out of here? It's we're past an hour now.
Yeah.
And Bonnie time, by Bonnie time it's 10 p.m. For us it's 11, just past 11.
Right.
What else?
I don't know what else. We plan these things so meticulously, Vito. I don't know why you're confused.
No, I'm not confused. It's just how bad my memory is. My memory is awful. It really is. I can't handle how legitimately bad my memory is.
I've offloaded almost all of my memory onto the internet. I don't remember anything anymore.
James wonders why my memory is so bad, and it's definitely not all the high ABV whiskey I drink.
Definitely that couldn't possibly be it.
Couldn't possibly be it. The correlation of me drinking whiskey and my memory deteriorating does not do things, words and whatnot. Oh, shag, marry, kill.
Oh,
that's what we have to do.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, we were just reminded that. Okay, so Bonnie, have you heard of the game Shag, Marry, or Kill?
Oh, yes.
Yes. So yes. we do this with whiskeys occasionally when we remember. So thank you, Christina. Christina reminded us in our mod chat. So we pick 3 whiskeys that we've had tonight, and we do a Shag, Marry, Kill individually. So like for myself, I would so I had the Jeffersons, and I had the Bowmore, and then I had the blend of the Macure Bay and the Seneg.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's one marriage potential over there. So I'm curious if your marriage potential is the same as my marriage potential.
All right, so let's do it. So I think you didn't have 3 whiskeys, so you'll play along with my whiskeys here, okay? Does that sound good? Okay.
Sure. Well, I know 2 of them.
Yep. So you had the Macure Bay and the Seneg. So the Jefferson's Ocean and the Kilhelman, right?
I had that. Well, I think I have. I'm not quite sure, but the Belmar I've had.
Okay. So I would. I'd kill Jefferson's Ocean, and that specifically is the Voyage 16 edition.
Mm-hmm.
I would shag the blend of the Macure Bay and the Seneg, because it's a lot of fun and bright. Mm-hmm. And I would marry the Bowmore 18 because it's just a glass of just delicious sweetness.
Yeah, that's the marriage potential there. That really is. I would have to agree. That one's a beautiful one.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really, really good. The Bowmore 18.
That is tasty. Okay, so what have I had? I had the Akatoshan 3-wood, the Bowmore 12, and Monkey Shoulder. So let's see. I guess I would probably shag the Bowmore 12.
Mm-hmm.
Marry the Akatoshan 3-wood because it is just Black Forest cake in a glass to me, and it's the first whiskey that I tasted after getting used to the alcohol burn, so I could actually like taste flavors instead of just burning, and so it's sort of in my mind, as a pivotal thing. And then I guess that means that I would have to kill the monkey shoulder, Vito. Sorry about that.
Just give it to me. Don't kill. Don't commit a crime. Just give it to me. I'll adopt it. I'll cradle it.
Next time you're here, you can take it away.
Yeah. So out of those, I'd have to agree. So kill the monkey shoulder, marry the Belmore, and then I guess Jefferson's my shag. So yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Christina said that you should judge the Jefferson's Ocean, an Ardbeg, and monkey shoulder.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know. Like, the Ardbeg would probably be a real asshole to be married to. Like, I mean, you like it on occasion, so I think that's a shag.
It's like an abusive relationship.
It's a lot of fun, but like day in and day out, you're just like, oh man, I don't know. Yeah. So I say shag the Ardbeg.
Yeah.
Kill monkey shoulder, and marry Jefferson's. So, out of that group.
Respectable.
Yeah.
It's good times.
All right. Bonnie, thank you so much for joining in.
Yes,
on this.
thank you. It was great.
Oh, this was a lot of fun. Thank you, guys. I wasn't quite sure what to make of everything, but
that's
I
the
took
correct
credit.
reaction.
Great. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry it took me so long to get my schedule cleared, but
no worries.
this was a perfect night for this. So thank you so much for the invite.
Thank you.
No problem at all. And thanks everyone for joining the chat and helping us have anything to talk about because we had no plan.
Yeah. The chat sending their well wishes your way as well. So so okay guys, we'll see you again for another one of these in 2 weeks like usual. I don't think we'll have time for any other live streams between now and then. You know how we do like sometimes the CS Plus things, but for sure in 2 weeks, same time, same place, over here. Reminder to check out Jeremy's channel, Sipper Social Club, tomorrow night for the grand reveal. I believe the time is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to check that really quickly right now. Yep. So Thursday, May 9th. Sorry, Bonnie?
There's a Etchwood popping in. So.
Oh, that guy. Who wants to talk to that
guy? No one wants to see him.
He bailed last time I was in town, so I mean, I don't want to talk to that guy.
Are we gonna get a Brian face? Is he just gonna pop?
Give a little Brian face there.
Little Brian.
We want to see Spikes.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Oh God!
Just drinking. Oh God! What was that? Sheesh.
So tomorrow night, Thursday, May 9th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, at Sipper Social Club's channel. We're going to be doing a big Canadian hangout where we reveal all the blending places. So check that out, guys. And Brad, do you have anything to add?
No, I think you pretty much got it covered there. So
right.
Thanks everyone for joining in.
Good night, everyone. Sláinte.
Cheers.
Sláinte.